idea what to expect at ETHGlobal Singapore session. I'm going to be repeating this one after the stream is up. Just gonna put a little brief chat. In the meantime, if you have any questions or anything, just post them in the chat, and we can get to that after the event, like after this one is done with the presentation. Awesome. So wish you all a healthy and romantic experience as well. This is awesome. Okay, cool. So once again, my name is Pascal. I'm Hacker Success with ETHGlobal, and I would like to present today what you are going to be expecting at ETHGlobal Singapore. So it doesn't really matter if this is your first event with us, if it's the first ERL, if it's the first event in general. I'm just going to give you a brief overview on what to expect, what's going to be happening, and what you'll be doing over the next couple of days, and especially over the weekend. So if you have, again, any questions, just feel free to post them in the chat, and I will go answer them at the end at like a light Q&A session. Cool. So I will be starting off. If you are here, you already signed up, you successfully staked. That's awesome. And what we have as like the main information hub is our website, especially the events page. So you got the events in Singapore, which does have all the information that you're going to be needing. So this has something really amazing called schedule. Just going to briefly go over that one to see what we, sorry about that. There we go. So this is a session that's currently running, and throughout the week, you will see more and more sessions appear that you can join. And one thing I would like to point out is that we are having a Pragma tomorrow, which is like one of our also flagships event where we're going to have amazing talks about people in the space, about founders, about CEOs, pretty much important people in the Web3 environment. And this is a great thing to join. So if you not have already, we still have open spots. So you can get a ticket for the Pragma event. You have like a nice overview here. This also applies to every other event that we're having throughout the week. So whatever we're having on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and post-event is all going to be available on the schedule. So now I'm going to go over something that is really, really important because it's going to guide you throughout the entirety of the process at the global event. And this is called your Hacker Dashboard. So if this is your first time, this is what it's going to look like. You have a bunch of information. It's going to be greeting you, and you always have the up next, which are a couple of steps that are going to be going with you throughout the hackathon. So we have create project, we have submit project, and we have presented judges. These will open up one by one, piece by piece, depending on where you are at the event. So this is the main information. As you can see, the project submission is not yet enabled because the session has not, the hackathon hasn't started yet. So if you are hacking solo or if you're hacking with a team, it doesn't really matter. You can do both at the event. You can have a team with up to 5 people. All of them have to be registered and all of them have to be present at the event. They have to sign up and be in person at the event in order to attend. So if you're hacking solo or if you're trying to join a team, you can just create or join a team button, which will then redirect you to our page. So you can invite people into the team. You can copy the invitation code and send this one over for other people to join, or you can leave a team and join another team. This one can do with a link or the token, and you can set like the position of what the person in your team is doing. This is mainly for you to coordinate. This will also be listed for outside at later times to see. Another cool feature that we're having, and I'm gonna go over over to Discord to showcase this as well. So we do have, I agree with my username, the other hackers to contact for team formation. So you can actually, if you do that and connect to Discord, you can actually see what people have listed as the skill, what they are trying to build, what they're experienced in. So if you're not unsure about what to do, if you're just like a backend developer, you're looking for a front-end developer, this is like a great spot to go and to go over then with Discord as well. So let me just see what else we have done. You have done this already, connect your wallet, because otherwise you can choose to stake. Your ticket will also be visible here, which just has all of the information. We need this for the check-in. So this is the ticket you're presenting. It has a QR code on it. And with that one, you will get your wristband and a badge that you need to be wearing with at all times in order to get access to the venue. We also do have a schedule. Again, we have it on the main site, but also within the Hacker dashboard. You can also search this one, which is really, really cool feature. And you have every single event, every single workshop that we have is listed here that you can attend. And it also shows the room and where it's at. We do have 3 workshop rooms. I'm going to go over a map later in the presentation, where we have separate workshops with all of our partners that's going to help you kickstart your journey. So if you want to build something on Rootstock, for example, this one is a really nice intro with Olia. Same with Nevermind and whatever partner we have here. And all of those are listed with the time as well. And the time reflected is always going to be the time that is at your time zone that you currently have. So for everybody here in attendance that's already in Singapore, it should have reflect the current Singaporean time. And this one pretty much spans out all the way until Sunday. So every single event is going to be on there. So if you have any doubt, they're going to be listed in Discord. And also going to be seeing them on this page here, which are people. So going over the project page. So when you're hacking, your goal would be to actually build a product, build a project, and have something to submit. So this page is the project editor. This is something that everybody in the team can fill out. And we do have a bunch of project rules that we're also going to go over briefly later. So the one thing is the project should be started from scratch, meaning if you have something that you built for a different hackathon, or you have like a project that you've been working on for a while, this would not be eligible for this hackathon. So it has to be started from scratch. You can use boilerplates, so you can use things like scaffold ETH, for example, to get you started, but it should not be an existing project that you're working on. This would get you disqualified from being a finalist and also from actually getting any prize money from all of the partners. So keep this in mind. Please start from scratch. Projects should use version control. So all projects are uploaded to GitHub and need to be public in order to be worked on during this hackathon. And you should use proper version control, meaning if there's one commit with like 50,000 lines and that's it, this is something highly, highly suspicious. So use proper version control on this one. The project has to be public for anyone to verify pretty much throughout and after the hackathon, because otherwise you won't be able to pay out any prizes. And this is an optional part. It's a project video. This is mainly for our async events, but we highly recommend having a video that's between 2 and 4 minutes long, showcasing the project with the demo and how it's built, because this will help in case like something breaks during the judging process and you have an issue with the actual project. So something to keep in mind. If you have the time, really do a video that demonstrates your work. This will help you immensely. So for the project, for example, in this one, I'm going to create for the app one. So I say this is a DAO tooling project, and the emoji that suits this one, let's say, is probably this. Then I have to sign off on a bunch of things, which I just went over. So I'll be starting from scratch. I'll be using GitHub, the open source, and I'm not submitting a project for another hackathon. And I'm abide to all of the event rules. I would then go ahead and create my project. And that's it so far. So now I can actually go into details. So I can demonstrate the link. If I have something that I built, I host on my own domain, I host on Vercel, I can link it here. I have a short description of maximum 280 characters long. A longer description, I would recommend being as detailed as possible, because this is what the judges will be seeing and reviewing. So if you have a nice description, you have everything well documented, it's going to be much, much easier to actually validate and verify your work. Then you can go in on how it's actually made, and you link your GitHub repository. This is important, otherwise it will not work. So I'm going to be spamming this one because otherwise it will not let me. Just give me a sec. And again, if you have any questions for this thing, just write it in the chat and I'll get back to this later. Cool. So this one is saved. And we do have a thing called media upload. So your project will be showcased after the hackathon on our showcase page, which I'll be showing you briefly after this. And this is a bunch of stuff that we require for every single submission. So it has to have a logo, cover image that will be shown in the showcase page, screenshots of the project. And again, like the more you show and the more detailed it is, and not just like random placeholder images, the better, I would say. And the demo video, again, it's optional, but I would highly recommend it. And I would not wait until like close to submission deadline to actually submit this because the upload can take a while. And then you can also save changes. This one, you can select your tech stack. So what did you use to build this project with? You can select multiple things there. Which blockchain networks you were using, the programming language, and again, as detailed as possible, because this makes it much, much easier. Then you have the option to select the judging tracks that you are going for. And we have two main ones. Well, pretty much we have two ones. We do have partner prizes and top finalist. If you're selecting partner prizes only, you're opting out of finalist judging. That means you're just going for the partner prizes and not going for the being a finalist at ETHGlobal. If you do select a top 10 finalist prize, you will have to present to separate judges apart from presenting to the partners themselves. So this one's not enabled yet, so I can't go into too much detail, but I'm just trying to explain as much as possible here. So these are all our partners that are present at the event and the prize pool that they're giving out. So let's say you are trying to apply for prizes for Layer 0, for Gnosis Chain, for Ledger, and for NounsDAO. You select them, and for each and every single partner that you select, you also have to describe where you're using, like where you're implementing their technology, what you're using from them. You have to link it in your repository and be as detailed as possible because this is what the judging is pretty much based on. So you can select technically every single one. Highly recommend not going for too many and not just go bounty hunting, but actually build something useful. Because the more you implement, the harder it gets, especially considering we only have like 2 days to build an application. So maybe before you start building, think about what you want to build and what technology to implement. Awesome. Then we also have this future opportunities. So this is something you can select. Do you want to like build this in the future? Do you want to be part of like a support program? And this is for us to reach out after the event to see like, okay, this is a really, really promising project and you're actually looking for feedback, looking for help. This is how we can approach you. And in the end of everything, once you have everything set up, you can then submit the project. This will not open until a little bit into the event. And once it's done, you can submit as many times as you want until the submission deadline. So another thing that I would recommend is try to submit early, and you can still continue working on everything until the submission deadline closes. But this means it's much, much easier for you in case something goes wrong. You don't have to go through the entire process. So my personal advice, because I've seen this a bunch of times as a hacker and now as part of ETHGlobal too, people wait until the last second and then something can go south. So really, really make sure that you have this part done because you can redo it a bunch of times. Submission is editable until the event concludes, pretty much until the submission deadline. Okay, cool. I have one question that I'm going to be answering right now because it's a valid one that I get a lot. There's only one, you can only submit one project. You can only work on one project during the hackathon. So you cannot submit multiple projects. This is really, really important. You can only work on one. Doesn't matter if you're hacking solo or if you're hacking with 4 other people, you can only submit one project. So then we also have the team page that I briefly showed before. I'm going to go over the partners real quick because this is something really, really interesting for a lot of people to show what is happening, what we're doing. So on our partner page, this lists every single partner that we have for the event. They're all shown there and linked to their actual websites. And we also do have something that's usually a bit more interesting for everybody involved, or what most people go to the hackathon for. And this is our prizes section. So as you can see, we do have every single partner with every single prize pool that they're offering. And I would really recommend like thinking about what you want to build, checking in with the partners, seeing what they might be expecting, what they want, and what you can get out of it. So every partner has detailed descriptions on what they are actually looking for. You don't usually apply for like a specific one of those. Like for example, best consumer application, you select the overall, like for example, in this case, sign protocol, and they will pick out the projects that they feel like are the most fitting to those categories. And you can go down to each and every single partner. They are all listed, like the total amount that they're ideally paying out, the prizes that they're offering, if they have like a first, second, and third place. And this is for each and every single partner. So highly recommend, even before the hackathon, go through all of them and see what they're actually looking for in building. So what they want, for example, for ENS, they want best feedback on ENS documentation. They have best use of ENS. You have something like layer 0, and just randomly going through partners. Let's say, okay, the most innovative omni-chain solution gets a total of 10K, and with the first place getting 6, second 3.5, and third one 500. And it also shows the qualification requirements. So I would really recommend, as always, carefully read through documentation and utilize all of the information that you have, because this will make it much, 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 much easier for you. So nice. And also a huge and cool thing about these kinds of hackathons is that all of our partners are going to be present. All of them have specific booths during the event. So you can approach them not 24/7, but they're usually there quite a lot. So if you have any specific questions about the tooling, they're more than happy to answer them. If you run into any issues, they're usually able to at least troubleshoot a little bit and help you out, point you in the right direction. And you can also directly, before you spend 20 hours building something, you can talk to them before saying like, hey, is this something that you could consider actually being useful? So personal tip from me as a former hacker as well, just talk to the protocols, talk to the partners, and yeah, get feedback as early as possible. That being said, we also do have our wonderful mentors for ETHGlobal Singapore. They will all be wearing vests that have like big mentor on the back. They will be approachable. They have specific stations, but they will also be wandering around the event location throughout the day. So this is something also to keep an eye on. I think for this one, it's just the ETHGlobal.com events, Singapore, and mentors. And you see each and every single one of them. They also all have a mentor badge on Discord where you can also ping them directly. But it's usually easier to just approach them on site. This page shows like their experience, like overall what they are experiencing, what they can do. So it can be anything from UX related questions to debugging to front end to back end, you name it. So all those guys will be there at the event. You have pictures of every single one of them, and you can just approach them. They're there to help. Don't expect them to build the stuff for you. But they're there to help you out. They might do something like help you debugging or just generally give you guidance on where this project could go. So this is a great source of feedback. I would really, really recommend using it. We have awesome mentors, super, super nice people, and they're there to assist you. And they should be around throughout the entirety of the hackathon. It's not always going to be 15, 20 people, but there should always be somebody around for you to reach out. So I highly recommend it. In this page, you have their Discord handles, their Twitter, and of course their pictures. But again, you'll be seeing them wearing really, really nice, bright vests that have a big mentor on the back. Cool. I know this is a lot of information. I'm trying to keep it brief while informing everybody about all the stuff that we're having. So the other thing I briefly went over earlier is the schedule. So for this week, the only thing apart for before the hackathon, the only thing that we have is tomorrow, the Pragma event. Again, we still have open slots for that one. It's going to be at the Fulton Hotel. Really, really nice place. Really cool event. Can highly recommend it. And there's an after hour, like an happy hour after party after the event, where you can connect with lots of people from the space and actually get input, even connect, and maybe meet somebody to hack with for the event. This has all of the speakers on there listed as well. I would then go over something that we are putting more and more out because Global is aiming to be more on chain, and this is called our packs. So if you have not already, you can already claim this which is the hacker pack. So if you are a hacker, which you are now, you can mint this pack for free. You have to just attend one hackathon. This allows you to get a testnet faucet of like 0.1 ETH a day instead of 0.05 ETH a day. And you get a 5% swag discount. You get a city pack discount. If you're purchasing that one, you can get a free INS domain, Lens, Forecaster account, Starknet ID, DEFCON tickets, I think already gone, but you get discount on SmartCon as well. So it's really, really cool. All of this is for free. It's an NFT that you can mint, and this identifies you as a hacker for ETHGlobal. So we do have a bunch of these packs. So if you attend more events, more hackathons, or do certain things, you can unlock these, which have pretty cool features. For example, the Pioneer pack is really, really nice. This requires you to have a bit more things. So you have to have previous pack. You have to attend 2 hackathons, one async, one IRL. You have to win at least $1,000 US in prizes. You have to be event finalist and have 2 submissions. That's the minimum. So if you get this, you get 20% city discounts, get a 10x on faucet, meaning you get 1 ETH a day, which is awesome. You never have to worry about testnet tokens ever. You get 5K in AWS credit, and you get 50% off quick notes, and everything is in the previous pack. So we also do have city packs, which this one being for Singapore. You can mint those for $149 US, it's USDC. This one gives you stuff like 5 gig eSIM, 5 gig eSIM in use in Singapore, percentage of hotels, and 5 Singaporean dollars at Eskimo. A lot of the events already happened, so this might not be as interesting. But you usually in the city packs get a lot of like side events, like for free or like heavily discounted. We also usually do have the Pragma tickets in this one, but since it's happening tomorrow, it's out of this pack. But yeah, so you have a bunch of stuff if you mint this one. So I'd say in the beginning, this pack was actually worth over $1,000 US. I'm gonna briefly show you the San Francisco one, see what this looks like for like a one that's upcoming in the next month. So again, get the 5 gig eSIM, get a private tour, get electric bike tour, get like huge discounts on hotels, like up to 40%. You get gym passes reduced. So like a lot of like really cool stuff. And it's going to be adding more and more to that as we get closer to the event. So I can really recommend checking this one out if you're in the city anyways, because you usually save quite a lot of money if you're there. So as you can see, like Pragma San Francisco ticket, you get a 50% Uber voucher, you get guaranteed access to the happy hour, and you get a staking discount. So instead of having to stake 0.04 ETH, you only have to stake like 0.02 ETH. So can highly recommend this one, checking out the packs, because pretty much a cool thing. Yes. So let's see, we got prizes covered, which I'm going to go over now, is where you will be hacking over the weekend. So we will be at the Sense Expo and Convention Center, which is this iconic building in Singapore. On this page, you can get directions to it directly. We're going to be on the 4th level. And I'm going to show you the map that we have real quick. Let me just put this one because it's a bit more visible. So we have a lot of space. So this main area down the bottom left with the partners is the main hacking space. So there's going to be a lot of tables, a lot of chairs, and pretty much a great space for you to just hack and connect. So all of the partners will have booths surrounding this area. so you can directly approach them. In the main hacking space, we do have Wi-Fi, but we also do have Ethernet in case like Wi-Fi can be a bit unstable during a lot of the like peak hours if there's like thousands of people crowded. So yeah. We also do have the mentor station at the bottom left, which I mentioned. So this one should be manned pretty much 24/7. So if you have like any queries, like the mentors are more than happy to help you out. We have separate hacking space areas as well. So in the top left, we do have one that has like an upper terrace. We do have one that's like close to our main stage where the main presentation will be happening, where the finalist ceremonies will be happening. We do have chill spaces. So we will have air mattresses that can be used for napping. This is not really an accommodation, and this is not something you can book. This is just for people to relax and have like a 1 and 2 hour nap throughout the day, maybe. So space is limited. We do have about 150 spaces, but it's first come, first serve, and you cannot reserve throughout the day. So this is really, really important. This is just to decompress and relax. We do not really have sleeping, like actual accommodation. This is really important. There's going to be food and snacks provided throughout the event. There's like main stuff like brunch and dinner and snacks that are all happening in the catering buffet area. And there's going to be beverages, there's going to be water, there's going to be soda pop and like light snacks pretty much 24/7 and coffee, water, and tea, obviously. So you should pretty much be good to go for the entirety of the hackathon when it comes to anything food and drink related. One thing to keep in mind, we do not have showers at the facility. So you could check out like surrounding gyms in the area around like Marina Bay Sands for like gyms that offer something like a day pass. What you can try to do, what I've seen other people do before, is sign up for something like Class Pass or like a 1 month trial and just use that for a day to attend a session and then just use their shower facilities. So we do not have any shower facilities or like at the space. We do have washrooms, but you cannot take a shower there. And it's something I would highly recommend since we're going to have over 800 people there, or like in the 1,000 people there. After like 2 days of not showering, it's not necessarily the greatest. So something to keep in mind. If you do not have a hotel, then I would definitely recommend going to like a gym maybe, or purchase like a day pass just to get used to shower facilities. So I want to move some stuff around. So this is where we're going to be in Marina Bay Sands on the 4th floor. And the Pragma event that I mentioned before is going to be pretty much across the street. It's about a 20-minute walk and will help. But if you do not have your tickets ready, then I highly recommend it. It's probably the chance to meet like some of the most important people in space, like as close as probably meet them. So going over packs. The hacker pack, again, this is for you to mint absolutely free. The Singapore pack, again, it has the Pragma ticket. I made a mistake earlier. This is actually still available. So the Pragma ticket usually is $129 US. With the Singapore pack, you pay $149, but this includes the Pragma ticket, includes happy hour, which is like a 2-hour networking event, and you get free drinks like alcoholic beverages, soft tokens, get token discount and the staking discount. So I can highly recommend it. So if this is your first time event, if this is your second, third event, you can always recommend the guides. We do have a lot of curated information listed for each and every single hacker that you can use to just dive in. If it's a new event for you, if it's new technology that you're working on, you can check out those. They're really, really helpful. And sorry about the back and forth. And another section that I would highly, highly recommend you read through and not just glance over is the getting started. So it pretty much goes through the entirety of the process on how to, I mean, you all did this, but on how to stake, what to do, what to expect. It also has this page, which I can highly, highly recommend. And this is the rules and project submission. So this has all of the information that you need. It has the submission deadline, which is 9 a.m. on Sunday. This is when the submission officially closes and we can no longer make changes. It explains how to submit, what a demo video should look like, the partner prizes, and at the end, it goes over the rules about the project submission. It goes over everything that I covered before on what the judging seconds are going to be looking like for the final judging track. So it's going to be 4 minutes of presentation, 3 minutes of Q&A, just general common questions and what you can expect and what the judges will be judging you by, and also how to do the partner judging, tips for great video, and also some videos to take inspiration from. For example, stuff like Cadbury, which is now a Hadlow one, something that started at an ETHGlobal hackathon and is now actually part of our Pragma event sponsoring there. So pretty cool. You can see what you can get out of this space, which is really, really nice. So briefly mention this one. So if you're hacking with us and you're usually going to be in need of testnet tokens for various chains, so we got you covered there. So as a default, you have 0.05 ETH a day that you can claim for various chains. You got Sepolia, you get Optimism Sepolia, you get Polygon Amoy, you get Arbitrum Sepolia, Base Sepolia, lots and lots of stuff. Some are unavailable, but the ones that are available, as soon as you are verified hacker and you verify your Twitter account, because we use this to prevent botting, you can claim it. If you hold a hacker pack, you get 0.1 ETH a day. And if you have any pack that is above it, you get up to 1 ETH a day. So you should be pretty good on that end for the future for sure. Okay, nice. So let's see, what else do we have? Okay, I might need to log in Discord real quick, so I can go over this one as well. Okay, perfect. So a lot of the communication, since it's an on-site event, is obviously going to happen on-site. You also have Discord. So if you, for example, are not really comfortable talking to people directly, or approaching people directly, you can ping them on Discord. So we do have a channel that's called Mentorship Help. And in this channel, every single one of our mentors is active, should be active, and they can answer queries there. So if you have any questions for mentors, if you want some feedback on something, just send a message there. It's usually easier than just to approaching them directly for visibility, and also something that a question that you have might be a valid question for somebody else in the future. So this is a channel you can use. We have a general Singapore chat for the event, which where people are just answering, or like just chatting, having general questions. The event schedule, which posts every single event, every single workshop that is happening, will be automatically posted here. So as you can see, the one that you're currently attending is automatically getting posted there. And this applies to all the workshops, like judging submission, all of this will happen there. Keep an eye out on the information channel, because this gives you a lot of information on the actual event that's happening, and some updates will be there as well. If you do not already have a team but are looking for a team, we'll be running a team formation, an idea brainstorming session at the event itself. So you can there like pitch your idea to other people, and they can go and join your team. You'll also be at the event, will be getting stickers if you want them, that have looking for a team, looking for a team, have a team looking for people, so you can identify if somebody's looking for somebody. And this is it's a hackathon. It's also like a networking event. So just make sure to talk to a lot of people, and you're going to find some really, really cool like people, some really, really intelligent, highly skilled people to build hopefully cool projects with. But you can also post messages on Discord, for example, to see like, hey, for example, this one, just like briefly introduce yourself, what you're doing, maybe do like showcase if you presented something previously, like have your GitHub repository, and people will approach you. Can you approach people there? And internet support is this thing that might happen during the event, is that at some spots Wi-Fi might not be as stable. So if you have any issues, you can just post a message in here, let us know where you are, and we can see if we can fix the issue for you. bit more important for most people is all of our partners have a separate channel as well. So for example, if you want to connect with Morph, each channel has the information on what their main prices are. It's listing them here, the link to the price page, and also the partners with Morph will be actively monitoring this channel. So if you have any questions and don't necessarily find somebody at the booth, you can just post a message in here and somebody probably going to pick it up in, let's say, relatively short amount of time. Keep in mind, it's a big hackathon. It's going to be over 800 people there. So you might not get a response within a couple of minutes, but usually somebody picks this up. So every partner does have their own channel. So yeah, same for Uniswap Foundation, for example, prices will be updated soon. Or Sign, find another one that has, okay, here, for example, we do have PIF. They also post the prices directly in there, and you get information what they're actually looking for. So if you're stuck with a problem with a partner, you can approach them directly at their booth. If it's super busy, you can also send a message here in Discord and just generally connect with people there directly, which is nice. If you have any issues, you can always approach anybody of the staff. We'll be having our badges that also says staff, and I'm usually fairly hard to miss, like the guy with the big ears. So if anything happens throughout the event, if you have any questions that we can help with, just reach out. We also have this thing called support channel where you can create a ticket and somebody from the team will pick it up. Again, keep in mind, we try to be there, like we try to be as available as possible, but we might not be there like 24/7 to support you. We really try, but sometimes we also have to sleep. So it might take a bit for something to get picked up, but there should always be somebody at the venue being like staff, mentor, or generally somebody that's super helpful. So just for you to keep all that in mind. So yeah, I think I covered almost everything that we have. We also have, I can always recommend, is a FAQ section. Oh, yeah, got one. So showcase. So after the event concludes, every single project that is being built and successfully submitted will be showing on the project page where it can be searched by everybody. So this is also a great place to look if you're looking for inspiration, for example, for like a previous event. So you can filter by separate events. We currently do not support filtering by like prize winners yet. This is something that we're looking into building for the future. But if you have like the name of a project, you can actually look it up through there. So for example, we have, oh, this one's a pretty big one. So this is one of our previous finalists for an async hackathon. This is what the project page will look like. It has a link to your live demo, to the source code. This is all the prizes that this project has won, including finalists with us. And it has all the screenshots, the video, the description. So recommend just go through a lot of projects, see maybe the ones that actually won something or something that's like close to what you might be building, just to get an idea on how this looks like and yeah, what you want to do. So this has pretty much all of the submissions dating back to ETH Waterloo, which was in 2018. So every single project that is built with ETHGlobal that has been submitted successfully is going to be available here for you to view. And there's like 33 for each page. So lots of projects, lots of things to check out, to take inspiration from. I would say not blatantly copy, but if you see something that's kind of nice, you say, okay, like for a demonstration video, for example, check them out and how they've been building it in the past. So this one, pretty nice. It explains, for example, here, what they used for like what technology they used and how they actually implemented it. So this is something I would consider to be fairly good. Not this project in particular, but just like the way that it's being described, because I don't want to promote like single projects. But it looks really structured, it looks really clear, and makes it much easier for the judges to also go through each and every single one of those submissions. Another thing, we do have a swag section, so you can also purchase stuff from us, like shirts and all of that, and just general information about ETHGlobal. If you're not aware of this already, lists all of the places that we've had hackathons in the past, how many people we've onboarded, and what the team is currently looking like, and all the people in the team. Does not have me on there yet because I just recently started, but it should have it shortly. So yeah, with that, I think I pretty much covered all of the things that are going to be, I'd say, important for you throughout the event. Just a few more things. Again, we do have the Pragma tomorrow and the happy hour. We do have upcoming for this year still San Francisco and Bangkok. So if you want to attend those, there's still slots available. And we would love to see each and every single one of you there, obviously. And there's a list of all of the hackathons and all the events we did in the past, again, dating back to, I was in 2017, my bad, the Waterloo. Been around for quite a bit. Some really, really cool stuff that came out of ETHGlobal. So we're really looking forward to see what you guys are going to be building in the future. So with that being said, I would go into a little bit of a Q&A. I'm going to go through the chat questions, see if I can answer anything there. And if you have anything, just post them in and I'm going to go over them. Okay. Let's see. So we do have, some people looking for teams to join. So feel free to reach out to them directly or just go over to our Discord. Okay. What do you mean by 2 submissions in Pioneer Pack? Does it mean 2 partner submissions or 2 projects? It's 2 project submissions. So every project submission can have like n amount of partners. So you can just submit for 1 partner. You could also submit for 15 partners. It has to have their technology in there. But the amount is not necessarily like it has to be minimal 1, but it can be up to whatever you want to have it. But for the Pioneer Pack, you have to have submitted 2 projects, meaning you have to attend it 2 hackathons, 1 IRL and 1 async one. But this year, we unfortunately do not have any more async ones. We're going to have a bunch more next year. We just had our biggest one, ETH Online, which ended last week with over 1,500 people attending. So for the Pioneer Pack, 2 projects in total submitted. Okay, people are looking for a team. Okay, any other questions that you have about the hackathon in general, about the project submission? Was anything unclear? Are you missing something? I'm gonna keep this open for like easy another 10 minutes. We have plenty of time. So if you have any question, feel free to just reach out. Yeah, I'm gonna be asking some questions then. Is this anybody's first time hacking with us? First time on site, maybe first time in Singapore? Oh, first time, awesome. Is this is this the first time in general or just first time ETHGlobal? Because you're gonna be in for a treat. Like before joining ETHGlobal as Hacker Success, I hacked this year at 5 events, and it is really, really fun. Food is amazing, people are amazing. You're not gonna be sleeping a lot over the weekend, but you will be learning a crazy amount, and you're gonna be meeting some really, really cool people. So really cool to see you there. It's always great to see people like having their first time with ETHGlobal. So yeah, this is really nice. One thing I'm just gonna briefly go over. So with ETHGlobal, we want to make the first time for everybody the best time you can possibly have. So ideally, the person who's joining in San Francisco is going to have a better time than the person first time joining in Singapore. And for that, we really strongly depend on your feedback. So after the event concludes, we're sending out, like there's going to be a feedback form and your hacker dashboard, which is a really, really brief survey. It takes 2 to 3 minutes. And we read through every single feedback submission and try to implement it as quickly as possible. So for example, stuff that was like an issue maybe in ETHGlobal Singapore, like in ETHGlobal Sydney in like beginning of the year was no longer an issue for Brussels because we fixed it between those two hackathons. So if you have anything like even from this session that was good or was not good, just feel free to mention this. If you notice anything at the venue that you didn't like, that didn't really go as smooth or something that you wish would have happened, then send that feedback. You can also just reach me on Discord as Pascal ETHGlobal. You can also send me an email either directly to pascal@ethglobal.com or hello@ethglobal.com. Be monitoring all of those. And you can just approach me on site. So if you have any questions about anything, I'll try to answer it. I might not know what to do in every single case, but I usually know who to approach to. So just look out for, again, the guy with the big ears, the lack of hair, and I'll be able to hopefully be able to assist you. So yeah, we're super, super happy to see so many people hacking with us, so many people hacking for the first time. This is going to be a great event and really looking forward to it. So do we have any more questions, any more notes, anything at this time? Oh, Kelly, yeah, awesome. Yeah, see you there. Okay, cool. Then if there's nothing else, I would just close the session. Again, we can also move this to Discord. So if you do have anything, just feel free to reach out. Really, really looking forward to this. And yeah, have a great time in Singapore. See you ideally tomorrow for Pragma, or see you on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, happy hacking.